Hello out there in Radio Land. You're back for another episode of Decode podcast. We're on Foundation and we are watching episode 6 of Foundation on Apple TV. Mike is here and he is the one talking to you from his primate mouth. Jeff, how are you? He's eating grapes.
I'm eating grapes. Some of these grapes they're like alum, like but the whole inside of my mouth is
antioxidants in the skin. The red grapes, the dust on the skin, tannins that will make wine tasty, depending on your take on that kind of thing.
They make my mouth feel funny. I don't like it.
Now, Jeff, you've told me you do not drink alcohol at all.
I don't. That's true.
When was the last time you had a drink of alcohol?
Like 27 or 28 years ago.
Oh wow! So even in your working at Red Bull and Chef, you just navigated those dinners and stuff. I just don't. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Fascinating. Yeah. I guess just having good boundaries usually people can respect. They probably respect that more than they respect mediocre. I don't normally do this kind of thing.
Yeah, I would just sort of hold my neck while they're drinking their drink, just get that vein to pop out, and then I would inject some heroin.
Oh, yeah.
Right into my neck.
Show them you were more hardcore.
Yeah.
Also, that's a move.
That's a baller move right there.
Yeah. When in doubt, also them.
Yeah. No. True. No. I would just lay out fat lines. No, I'm kidding. I do. So here, I do enjoy marijuana. It is delicious. Here is here's a thing that I saw. I'll tell you why I don't drink. There's many reasons, but I'll tell you the thing that sort of sealed it for me. I went to a thing called the Rainbow Gathering, which is where a lot of hippies get naked and smoke pot in national forests. It happens every year in a different national forest in the United States, and it's basically a continuation of the Woodstock vibe. So I went to one because my friend said we got to go see this. It's the thing we got to do, and I had an amazing time. So there's 10,000 naked hippies in the pot smoking side, but they don't allow alcohol into the camp. So there's a separate alcohol camp that was set up pretty far away. And by the end of the first week, the alcohol camp was under siege by the local police and the Bureau of Land Management and the Forestry Service worker. They were and guns, and it was bad. Whereas on the other side, and that was a couple hundred people. And then on the 10,000 naked hippie side, we were getting donations from the local townspeople, and there was a community kitchen, and we had dug latrines, and there was a medical station. So what I observed is that you can get a lot of shit done when you're high. And people tend to get along pretty well. And when you're drunk, everything is fucking hard and people are assholes. That's what I learned. Your mileage may vary.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. Definitely don't think you're wrong.
Alcohol's like a harsh drug. It's hard on you.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Whereas pot, I can't. I'm not advocating it, but I am actually. But I can't really find the downside.
Can you read while high?
Yeah.
And
read, play video games. I can.
Yeah.
Clean.
I can't read high.
Well, how high? I mean, that's always the question, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess if I smoked, trained hard, took a shower, ate a little bit, then maybe that would be. So I guess that would.
I don't like to be super high.
Yeah.
So I mean, sometimes I do. I get there, but typically I don't really like to be super high. If you've listened, paid attention to any of our ramblings, that I don't want to be out of it because I'm always expecting some weird shit to go down.
Right. And I think you're saying this is mostly a weekend thing for you anyway, right? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I have a little bit of marijuana almost every day.
Oh, okay. I think you said in a previous episode mostly on the weekend, so maybe that. Maybe that has evolved.
It's because on during the weekdays, but like micro. I don't like to feel at all hungover because
Mhm.
I train so much during the week. So we're talking like 5 milligrams to help with sleep.
Mhm.
On the weekends, we're probably talking 25, 35, something like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
So a big
What?
difference. Uh-huh.
Yeah. In terms of what time of day is this happening on the weekdays?
Always at night
Okay.
before bed.
Okay. Okay. All right. How far before bed?
Like 8,
What time is bed? 10?
9.
9? Okay. Okay. About an hour
My wife
before.
and I are usually, this is going to make me sound very old. I used to stay up really late and get up really early. Now I go to bed really early and get up really early.
Yeah, that's
So
probably
we're
good.
usually in bed about 8:30 or 9.
Yeah, I'm a sleep advocate. I definitely am not someone who thinks it's like cool to be like, I'm on like 4 hours of sleep. Ugh, I'm so hardcore. Like, I just have to, I'm like, that to me is dumb. So
All
anyway,
right.
I find working at a computer is virtually impossible if I'm tired. Like, my mind
Yeah.
gravitates towards, if there were only a way of doing this while walking down the street, I might be able to sustain my concentration for longer and be able to do more, but
Yeah.
not the case. So don't
Yeah.
like being tired at a computer.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Okay.
So we are watching episode number 6, Death in the Maiden, which is a famous play and or famous like musical number. Let me Schubert. Song composed by Franz Schubert in 1817.
Franz.
Franz.
The inventor of not quite ice cream. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Franz Schubert.
Death in the Maiden, a painting by German artist Hans Baldung. So Germans got this Death in Maiden thing going on. Death in the Maiden motif common. Okay, yeah, I think we've said enough. Oh, also R.I.P. to both Vicente Fernandez and Anne Rice, who both passed the past 24 hours. So
that's really sad.
Yeah. So okay, all right. So we are now going to start Death in the Maiden. 3, 2, 1. Jeff.
Go.
Done. Let's see here.
That was so bitter.
TV Plus, skipping the last week on, if it's available, skipping intro.
Skip.
I'm at 131, and the show
I'm at 205, 206,
begun.
207. So I just saw the ship emerge out of. There's more dust.
Yeah, that's an interesting shape of this ship. It's very vertical aligned, very thin. A lot of floors up and down, not very much, very skyscrapery. This is a thing. What's up with these things? Kind of guild navigator-esque.
I think they're making clones. These are.
Yeah, but so what are these things? These are,
I don't know.
Yeah. So these are people who ostensibly don't sleep through the jump, and that's why they're
they may not
elongated.
Be people. They might be more AI. But I don't know. Yeah, they look like space people, right?
Blowing my nose on a podcast.
Like a boss. Just.
Yeah. Forever. No, never known doubt. Oh, wow.
Womp womp. Harry Seldon to really fuck these dudes up.
Yeah.
Made them all nervous with his math.
That's right.
Harry Seldon, inventor of a calculator with no buttons, has really fucked everybody up.
Yeah. Why is she always fixing her face? Is that where damage seems to happen the most? Is it because of damage? Is it routine repair where she has to get in under there to do that? But this is the second time. This is the second time, and then I think it's the second time, and then also in another episode in the future, she's sitting down to do her daily face thing.
This is supposed to be like reminiscent of the child watching the mother apply her makeup or do
Right.
her evening bed routine.
Right.
Where you have these intimate moments. I guess this is something that happens with rich people because I was not invited
Yeah, I don't remember any of
into
this.
my mother's beauty routine.
Yeah, I don't remember this. Yeah.
Yeah. Rich people, I guess. They got a lot of time on their
Yep.
hands.
Looks like it's already done. That's either in continuity or she's done. Yep.
Oh, he wants to know what it's like when they jump.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh.
There we are.
Just, yeah, that's just was straight up. I mean, is there any support for the mother main Cronin in Foundation in any way? I mean, is this just straight ganked from a post Game of Thrones world?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
And you know, I know that there are plenty of religions that obviously celebrate the period of life or they do archetypes or whatever, but was the Mother Maiden Crone kind of a unique? I mean, is that the sort of thing that's on like a tarot card or on? Just trying to think. That feels like literally only Game of Thrones, unless I'm wrong.
Say it again.
Hmm. Did they just say 3 trillion are faithful to that religion?
Yes.
Dude, if he didn't say to serve my brother right there, I would have thought this would have gonna cut to him just deep dicking her. Salt Palace.
Salt Palace.
Looks like a place where it would be really hard to get resources unless they're delivered directly via spaceship, right? Like this.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, in later episodes, it comes up like you should have never left for this journey, that kind of thing. Is that is this the first time he's ever left, like not only Trantor, but even the kind of the royal grounds?
It seems like it, right?
It seems like that happens with the younger one as well. Hmm.
You know what I find interesting is that, Salvor Hardin in the books creates a religion. We're like a little all over the place in how they have adapted, how they're adapting. But anyway, it's interesting to me. But
Oh, like as in creates the religion where the it's basically the nuclear power plants and sort of the priesthood is learning how they actually work. And
yeah. Yes, isn't it
another
scientism or whatever? I can't remember what it's
another
called.
cup in this show that has a more narrow base than the mouth of it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what they're thinking.
They're just, yeah. I'm just hoping this is a quality product for our audience, because I feel like we're both a little bit like we're not talking a lot, but we're watching it. I don't know. Hopefully they're watching along.
I hope so. So
You know,
we're looking at the
10:34.
devastation now.
Yeah.
Are you you're at 10:34?
Yeah.
Are you looking at the devastation after the crash of the ship or after the ship got blown
Yeah,
up?
it looks like burnt toast.
Yep.
With some Vandramost.
Oh, and there's the
Bullshit.
one piece that they need just sitting right there.
Yeah.
They're looking for the
He didn't. I would have thought he could have been ready a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of walked up. They kind of gave him quite a bit of a time to walk up.
They sure did. They were up on top of that hill.
Yeah, those helmets also just kind of looked like they couldn't do shit. They look like they're almost like rubber.
Those are helmets for people that don't need to see in front of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oy,
right in the head.
right in the face.
Oops.
Is he dead or was he pretending? Oh, there we go.
Mm-hmm. Knocked out. It's a better way to think about it.
Yep. That's a Hamna. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She wants the Corvettes ready.
Corvettes. She wants the Corvettes ready. She likes the muscle cars.
Yeah.
Which could have guessed. She likes to get out there on the track on the weekend, do donuts. When she's not, doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were running around killing people indiscriminately. And now they want to round up people they need. Seems like a minor flaw in the execution here.
Yeah.
That user interface was absolutely. Why didn't you just read it off of? Sorry, I know we're not supposed to use. Sorry, it's horrible. That we gotta. Hey, sweet Drew, help me out there. I dropped the like an old white guy. It is horrible. Oh boy. I would I would be screaming. Is there not someone who can hold these pixels still for half a second? There'd be like a whole revolution just based on I don't want pixels flopping around in my images. Also, she looks crazy now with that fixed eyeball.
Yeah.
Every time her right eye looks left, I want to die.
Yeah.
Is that ableist? Now I'm in a bad way. I'm being ableist in two different ways here. Bless you. What's up with your schnoz, Mike?
I don't know. Suddenly having a moment here.
It's all right. Hopefully Sweet Drew can just repair all of this.
Yeah. Where's the mute button? Oh, the mute button's over here.
If only you could mute me. Yeah, you must help us, or we all die.
Yeah, are there characters are there characters that I've cared about less in my life?
This is the problem with the books too, though. Like, the books are like, the books are like this too. You just don't give a fuck about anybody because they're not there for very long, and his Asimov's ability to like string dialogue together is fucking atrocious.
Yeah, no, there's virtually no. Yeah.
What we're supposed to be captivated by is the historical materialism. That's the thing.
Yeah. Now we're back to this. She's got that great, is that a bob haircut? Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Razor cut.
Yeah.
Posh Spice circa 1996.
Oh yeah. If you want to be my lover, if you want to be my friend, you know what I'm saying?
With my friend, taking this too easy, but that's so.
He is trying to make time with this lady.
Yep. It's funny because she has like a, kind of a cool outfit, and he looks like he's in pajamas.
Yeah. She's got quite a cool little. It's like a fancy outfit for digging around in the dirt, by the way.
Yeah.
The sleeves seem very impractical.
Yeah.
Because they fall away from her hand. So that means they'd be in her way and in the dirt all the time. Oh. Here comes a dude with a fanny pack.
So
look, God damn it, hold those pixels still. What is that thing? Oh, did you just burp?
Yeah, looks like a rat with wing. I like curry for breakfast. So
I have never shared a curry with my wife ever. She won't eat it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you've never, like, does she eat Have you ever so I'm just trying to think. Indian food is more than curry, but it's
not in
in
my
a lot.
house.
It's not a lot of stuff.
Not in my house. It's all so we can't ever go to Indian food because it's all curry based in my wife's perspective.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just blowing up these little dudes.
Okay.
All right. A gauntlet has been thrown down. Who's the better hunter? All right. Oh, they're hiding her in some kind of pit. Geothermal tunnels.
pit. In the pit.
Oh, they called her fat.
Yep.
Little jerks.
Yo, you heavy. You on
That
that
Widow's Peak is super distracting.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's
Did it?
ghost ship. Oh, geez.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
I must not understand the topography of this. They walk through a tunnel from like one zone to another, right
Yep.
into.
Yep. Of course they did. The Anacreans don't know about these tunnels, so they never studied the Vietnam War, so they don't really understand how that worked. Oh boy. The Corvette, everybody wants the muscle cars.
Yeah, what is a Corvette in a different context?
Oh, good question. It's probably.
I mean, once you're Googling,
I think it's a ship. It's a warship ranking in the old Navy. So it's a ship smaller than a frigate.
oh,
It's
right.
highly maneuverable armed escort
Small
ship that
warship,
is smaller than a destroyer or a frigate. That's what a
Yeah.
Corvette is. Now, they don't know the difference between a Corvette and a Corsair. So let's see here. A Corvette is a small warship. What is a Corsair? Oh, and a Corsair is a pirate.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So this is another planet that seems to be pretty low tech. Or at least so how does information spread from this planet if it's that low tech? Like how much
Those
traffic?
beacons. They so they link these planets to the Imperium via those beacons, those communication beacons. This is like Rome, right? Dan Carmen or whatever his name is, when he talks about like how when Rome fell, it was like they turned the internet off.
Yeah.
So their ability to travel through space and to communicate across galaxies is what kind of loosely holds everything together. Also, the AI is an adherent to this planet's religion. Did you catch all that?
Wait, what'd you say?
The AI?
Yeah.
She's an adherent of this religion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She expressed that she didn't know what her purpose in life was when she was born, and it led her to, I don't know, some seeking or something. Oh, Zephyr Collage.
The next Proxima.
Ironically, because Proxima in Spanish means next. The next.
The next.
That looks like one of those. Have you ever seen a lamp or a thing that's made of salt?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, is it? Is that
Yeah.
that is a salt glass?
Yeah, that's
I
what
mean,
they're
they are
talking
salt.
about. They're people of the salt. They're
Yeah.
literally the salt.
That's just like, what does that taste like when you drink? Like, let's imagine like you have a salt glass and you pour something in it.
Well, when they do like salt baked. Oh, interesting fact. All of America's oil reserves are buried underground and they're encased in salt. So the places that the oil reserves are buried it's actual salt formations. And that's because salt and petroleum don't interact. Not interesting?
I mean, I'm just sitting here going like, so
or
when
if
you
you have
say
a salt-
reserves, it's almost like a giant pool of it
Mhm.
that we have taken from one place to another, built a little cage of salt, and then pumped it in there.
Yep. Exactly right.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah. So like a salt baked fish where they do a salt crust. You take the salt crust when they bake the fish, you take the salt crust off. I don't think the salt leaches into the fish. I hope it doesn't. Otherwise, it'd be awful.
I don't think you're fat now. Oh. Oh.
Ruh-roh.
Low. Whoa. Low.
Hey, hold down.
Pretending. What's the difference between pretending to be into something to impress a girl versus just deceit? Just simply
There's
lying.
no difference. It is simply lying. It's not. It's the same thing.
I would be proud to say that I don't think I've ever pretended to like anything.
I just pretended to have a medical degree to
that.
get that gal to sleep with me.
Yeah. Pretended to have a vasectomy.
That's how much I loved her. I was willing to lie to her.
That's a trope. That's a trope that I don't think has ever really kind of happened in my life. The trope of like, doing the things because the girls liked it or whatever, or well, at least pretending to have any sort of belief or interest or something.
Yeah, I'm not wired that way. It's not that I'm.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not. I'm not capable of telling lies. I certainly am. All humans are. But I can't be into something I'm not into. Just not very convincing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. As our audience can clearly tell, listening to us watch these episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna shoot another one of these little birdie things. Hey.
Oh.
Right,
I like how it has no feathers on it except the bare minimums for flight. Like otherwise, those look like frogs.
Yeah.
Or I guess like chickens that have been defeathered, whatever.
Yes.
Oh. I'm sorry. Because I didn't catch him picking up the glass with the wrong hand last episode. I'm seeing how him being better is also an aberration.
Yeah. He's killed too many. He was too good.
Too good.
He can't drink.
It is. Is that a horse?
Yep. Of course it is. He's making him a man. Shooting some defenseless, barely flighted lizard bird things. That's not good enough. Now, this is if the thing about lying to get laid creeped you out, wait till you hear this. All of these women, their memory.
Oh yeah, they wipe their
erased.
memory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's also interesting to me that this far in the future, they still drink alcohol. Like they have wine at dinner every night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you can be pretty not good at this.
Yeah, he's an idiot though.
Hell yeah.
You're a little too into that, Mike. Oh yeah. We're gonna do butt stuff because you're not gonna remember. Oh, because you missed the butt. You literally turned away and you missed a butt shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we said in the last episode that this show needs to signal the fact that there's no nipples.
Yeah.
And that there isn't HBO sex. And so they're trying. It's actually a little weird when I think about it.
Yeah.
Like
we can't see her nipples, but we can see her full ass.
Because because what's interesting is when you think about the history of TV went from being on public television channels with commercials, right? Public television to, like this.
Do you hear what's going on? Old man wants to hear everything that dumb
before
shit
they wipe her
said. Yeah, because all he wanted to do was talk like a dummy.
Yeah,
and do butt stuff because
So, now we're back to the subplot that is completely stupid and I just don't give a shit about.
He's still carrying that ginormous gun around.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh, ah, oh, oh. She sees
Linky with
Gail.
Oh, anyway, so history of TV. Like you went from I mean, there might be a couple in between, but I'm trying to think of any originally scripted cable shows before like Oz and Sopranos, right? You went right to the ability to show nipple, right? Yeah. And it is weird to have R-rated TV shows where it isn't shown. I mean, Mad Men actually, I guess, didn't. So maybe it's just that this show's wonky. Maybe it's that.
It's just stupid. Like our relationship with nipples in the US is very strange.
Yeah.
Strippers at a lot of places are required to wear pasties.
Yeah.
Not because and the laws that they use for that are surprising.
Yeah.
It's more about a fear of accidental lactation. It's like hygiene rules is what they normally apply it to. But the truth is we're just afraid of the nipple. I don't know why.
Yeah. So here we are. Where this is where we this is where we learned that Raish actually was told to do this.
Yeah.
Couldn't have poisoned him. I guess had to
stab him.
I mean, here, let's completely traumatize you while we do this. And apparently they were supposed to live together after. And again, it says they were supposed to live together afterwards, but was that supposed to be like a hologram version of I don't understand. Like it's stupid.
It is stupid.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Yo, you stupid.
Ew. All right. Well, she now sees it all.
Yeah. It's
pretty good.
Yeah.
Sort of Israeli.
Yeah. Yeah.
Proto-Hindu.
Right.
Abraham, I don't know, something.
Oi.
Bah. So she couldn't hit that chick at 10 yards.
Yeah.
But she's taking fools out left and right at 100.
Yeah. Maybe sometimes it's like that.
So, yeah, sometimes it be like that way. Oh, and she's using the amazing technology. That looks like the light on my bicycle, by the way. It looks like they attached a bicycle light to the top of, of
guy's
that gun.
going-
And then,
Can-
yeah.
Can you remind me what is it they're diverting so he can do, or is that even what the plot is?
Uh,
To get
It's
to
the
thing,
MacGuffin. He's got to get the thing so they can get the
gotta
MacGuffin.
like,
It's stupid.
I'm gonna remove the Hexon collider, the the whatever the fuck
The
product.
MacGuffin. That's what a MacGuffin is.
Yeah,
Have you
I
ever
know,
heard that?
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
yeah.
You
Something
didn't
that just-
respond, so I
it's
couldn't
just something
tell.
that moves the plot along.
Correct.
I'd be curious to the origin of it though.
Ah, boom! Look at her.
Was there,
Just
was there
boom,
a
taking fools
MacGuffin?
out.
Was there an actual MacGuffin in? Isn't a MacGuffin a bird?
That's a MacGuffin is the original McMuffin. I don't know what a MacGuffin is. Let me look.
I'm googling it.
Protect the plan. And
Oh.
the MacGuffin is an object or device in a movie or book.
Yeah, but oh, that's a puffin I'm thinking of. A puffin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the cute
The
birds.
first person
yeah.
to use MacGuffin as a word for a plot device was Alfred Hitchcock. He borrowed it from an old Shaggy Dog story in which some passengers on a train interrogate a fellow passenger carrying a large, strange-looking package.
Like this action is so bad too. Like this show, it just does. It doesn't do.
Oh,
it
boy.
doesn't do fighting or action well at all. Like it's not compelling.
Nope.
It's just kind of. It's all just wonky.
Yeah.
Like, is this show bad?
Yeah. Yeah. But
It's like, are we?
it's a bad adaptation. It's a good bad adaptation of a series of not great books.
Yeah.
So this is required space opera canon. Like it's something we need to do. So, and we're choosing to do it the modern way instead of like reading it, we're watching it. But yeah, they've done some good, interesting things, but mainly it's boring.
Yeah, I need to ask Linda what she thought about the finale of the season because we watched it last night.
Yeah,
and
it's just the pacing.
Like when it comes together, the way it comes together in the final episode of the season, I'm like, I have no fucking idea where this could possibly go. In fact, yeah, I have no idea where this show could go in any real way.
Right.
Yeah, if they cancel it, we won't have to cover the second season. That could be nice.
That's true. That could be good. That could be good. Although, we're watching it, so maybe other people are, and they'll make another one.
That's greenlit for.
It could get better.
Could get better. Could get better. The Witcher came together nicely at the end of season 1. IMO.
Which one do you want Geralt to be with? Are you team Yagatha or Yennefer or what's the other one?
I didn't realize there was another one who was in contention.
Is Geralt in the games and in the books, he is having a little bit of a thing with both of them. And I thought that was evident in the
he and Yennefer have some pretty explosive sex, but I don't think he ever does anything with the other one. Have you read the books?
No.
Oh.
No. Should I?
I don't know. I haven't read them.
Okay.
I'd maybe be interested. I can tell that I will be reading Wheel of Time at some point because as I watch the show and I'm really enjoying it, I find myself saying, well, I need to know more. I need to understand, I
haven't started watching it.
I've really grown into it. So I don't know.
So is he gonna like push her off the ledge? Is that what's gonna happen?
No.
What's gonna happen here?
Yeah, I don't know. She's got that snaggle tooth. I just want to lick it.
Yeah. You like the British teeth? Is that the
Yeah. She's cute. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what I really want to do is risk my entire career by start saying some of the things that I'm really thinking and have recorded and have recorded on this podcast, but I can't.
Well,
This is like an idle hands problem, right?
Mhm.
This show has me thinking devious things because it's not entertaining me in a genuine, like I can watch Succession and be like, I don't have any thoughts other than this is gripping,
Mhm.
right? They have the drug problem. They have the whatever going on. I'm like just chilling out as like a, you know, a
observer,
a PG-13 kind of person in life,
right?
right? This is like makes me want to go and do something to, you know, get some excitement. What's going on here? Oh, you took this thing off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta.
Yeah, she's pretty
Look at her.
ballsy. What the fuck is she's pretty ballsy.
Yeah. She's suggesting that you push her off. But he fancies her goth boots too much.
Seems like she's kind of challenging him to do that, knowing he wouldn't. Or assuming he wouldn't.
This relationship is never gonna work. Someone's gonna kill her. PDQ.
You've seen the entire season so far, right?
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh. So you didn't know
I wasn't sure how far you went, so I stopped watching.
You didn't know about the Salver Hardin our ration whatchamacallit?
Oh yeah. I'm up to here. I'm up to this episode that we're currently on.
Oh, okay. You've already watched it?
Yeah. Okay. But I haven't gone farther than this.
Okay. Probably better too.
Not past the frog chicken.
Yeah. Okay. I quite like the next episode for what it's worth.
Okay. Oh, the extras.
Yeah, there's some foreshadowing to what happens later that I did not pick up on first watch. Fascinating. I feel like I kind of spoiled something for you too last episode then.
It's okay.
Okay.
No.
You mean your mom? You mean your mom?
Your mom. Yeah.
No. There we go.
He did it all for the nookie.
Yeah. That is quite technically correct in this case.
That's right.
I do know that I think my wife doesn't think she's a very good actor.
They definitely saved a lot of money.
Yeah.
By hiring people who are not great at this job. It's either they're great and they're being given like shit dialogue, or they're great, or they're not great and they're being given shit dialogue.
Some of it could be the production, although in the quote unquote golden age of cable TV or whatever, you know, or golden age of whatever. Historically, the reason why TV actors were considered not as good or not as good actors is because they filmed them very quickly.
Yeah.
So actors didn't really have much time to prepare for their scenes.
Yeah.
And the same amount of like an hour-long TV show, let's do an analogy. Okay. The time it would take to film 2 individual episodes of an hour TV show, they would do that over 5 days, right? Sorry, 5 days per episode, so 10 days total. So that's 2 hours of entertainment for 10 days of work.
Yeah.
You take they would film an hour and a half to 2 hour movie over the course of 40 days, 60 days. There's the stories of like your movies taking a year to film or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time for the actor to kind of own what they're doing, their character, the preparation, sitting on set all day, doing nothing but thinking about it while they're rigging up a helicopter or some bullshit. The TV was always filmed very quickly. You got your lines not very long in advance, and you just had to be able to do a decent enough job at getting them out that day. Film actors had a lot more pampering, but now in a modern era, they're filming TV shows a full season at a time and are ostensibly providing quite a bit more time for the actor to like kind of absorb their material.
Yeah.
In theory.
In theory.
In theory. So when you
Here they must have skimped out a little bit.
or at best,
hold
or
on. Hold on. We got it. We got some action going on here. Oh, we're doing some chest clapping. Oh, the Proximas are proximating out right now. It's like a rap battle.
WAP battle. WAP.
I heard
What?
you. Yeah, exactly. It is that.
I'm sorry.
That was either funny.
What?
It was funny no matter what. Possibly a little sexist, but funny.
No, whenever I hear someone say rap,
I just use substitute WAP.
I think of that old video of the Kung Fu Master talking about Joe Rogan. And he's talking about guard. And he's like, in Kung Fu, the guy has an accent, so I'm gonna do an accent.
Okay.
But the whole thing is
this is the show in which we become canceled. Go ahead.
When your wags wrap around the baby monkey. Have you ever seen that video? The one where the Kung Fu Master, Joe Rogan, call Kung Fu nonsense martial art.
Yes.
You've seen that one, right?
Yes.
And he calls the guard baby monkey. When your wags wrap around, that is baby monkey. All right, yeah.
There's no end to this episode.
Yep.
It is infinite. That's true.
And let's talk about the fact that this planet is Arrakis, essentially. So Terminus, at least, is like a
salty
tundra,
Arrakis.
cold, whatever. But this is a desert,
this
right?
Is a desert. Desert planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this. Another collar that is just its own article of clothing.
Yeah.
Not attached to.
Mm-mm.
Was the stagnation? So
stagnation means there's no life. No.
Yeah, I mean, what I mean is the theme.
I was explaining it for our friends.
No, go ahead.
Okay. No, it's okay. Whatever you say, I know it makes me laugh because I'm really saying it to all the people that are listening.
Well, they don't talk to us.
Shush, Jeff.
They don't talk to us enough for us to know. They did vote on this. Yeah, they didn't talk about. No, obviously, stagnation appears to be a topic that comes up quite a bit in this and in Dune. So obviously, sci-fi space opera theme
concern here. Yeah.
I guess psychohistory. I think psychohistory and prescience are separate things, but they did use the term prescience in this show, and I was like, they did a fucking Dune.
I think they're both. Well, I think because they both have they're both concerned with historical materialism.
Yeah,
a little bit, a lot, a bit actually. So this idea that, like the idea in Marxist theory, that capitalism will eventually be a bad, and that you have to move to a different kind of system to prevent that. And that's both this series and the Dune series for sure are discussing those issues. And then how do you get there? So the cost of stagnation in a capitalist society is the boring dystopia that we see now. Amazon wanting to send its workers back to work while they're literally searching for bodies across the street. For an example. It's just
when you say searching for bodies across the street, you mean like
an Amazon warehouse was hit by a tornado yesterday. They sent out a notification to the workers that work in the adjacent warehouse across the street, telling them they needed to return to work.
Sure.
So on one side of the street, there are people who are unrecoverable now under the rubble, and they want the workers working while they clean that up. It's bananas. But the reason I mention it is like that's the result of stagnation.
Right.
It's just capitalism eating its own ass. So Marx was like, you got to switch systems. And so this idea that
Yeah.
that yeah. Anyway, I won't explain historical materialism to everyone, but I think both books were concerned with it. Both series. This is why, by the way.
Oh, they're still calling it shotgun 50,000 years in the future.
Uh-huh.
Based on the idea of like when you did drive-bys back in the day, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like, why wouldn't you still want to be picking lead shot out of your meal?
Right. Yeah, I guess.
Anyway, I think Marx refers to the end of capitalism as the end of history, right?
Yes.
I shouldn't just say Marx, by the way. We should include Hegel in that.
Oh, you got to include Frederick Engel.
Well, Engel, but Hegel, who is the philosophical parent uh, of this
Wait,
idea.
did you say Hegel or Engels?
Hegel.
Oh.
So for Marx, the end of history is freedom from a capitalist system. For Hegel, it's kind of philosophical freedom.
Mm-hmm.
The end, but so Marx and Hegel forever tightly intertwined.
Oh, okay. So they're being forced to you know, it's funny. I feel like I understood what the show was happening in this show when I was watching it the night I watched these episodes.
Uh-huh.
But now rewatching it, I do not have time to do a refresher. I just feel like I've forgotten a lot of these moments. I guess that's kind of maybe how it is you don't remember every single moment of a show. You remember the big broad strokes or whatever. Maybe it's just because this stuff doesn't feel like it fucking matters.
That's probably why.
No.
So I think it's important to, since we were talking about historical materialism a little bit, just to talk about why this applies, because people get very confused when you throw Marx into the into the conversation for any particular reason.
Yeah.
Hegel essentially believed that that historical advance was not a it was not built like, it was not like a positive evolutionary experience, but instead was maybe violent in some ways, and but it was not smooth. And so once the sort of potentialities of a particular society are fully realized, or encompass a particular mode in sort of time and space, its historical role ends. And that would mean that something else would come to fill in the inadequacies, the that whatever the fetters were, whatever the inhibitions that it created, whatever the things that were bad, a new attempt would be made. And that's literally where Marx thought socialism fits in. It fits in relation to capitalism. Here, I'm not sure where Harry Seldon is taking us. Right? I mean, we know he's taking us away from the rule of empire, but toward what is not exactly clear.
Right.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
This is also the case in Dune, right?
In the sense that
The order
Leto 2 literally wants to not know what the future is going to be. I mean,
yeah, but also like just where we are in Dune, in the other part of our podcasting.
Oh yeah,
is it as Atreides? So that we can break up the first book into those three sections, right? The fall of House Atreides, the rise of Paul Muad'Dib, and then the end of the Padishah Emperor, right? The fall of the Padishah Emperor. So that fall results in the jihad that kills, billions and billions of people and yada yada yada. But this is like that historical materialism. It was almost inevitable that system would fall, a new system would rise up. And so Leto 2 doesn't want to know. Doesn't want prescience, in the same way that Harry Seldon could have said, like, actually it's not helpful to know to know the answer here. Maybe Marx could have said the same thing too. It's certainly what a lot of people do when we end up in these conversations about modes of existence, right? There are many people who are like, and I'm not advocating a particular political belief or philosophy right now, just talking about these actual books. And then when you talk to people today about, Marx or socialism or whatever, there are a lot of people who are just quite happy to say, well, capitalism is the greatest system ever. It's the only one we'll ever need.
Yeah, I'm not giving my money to losers.
Yeah, which sometimes we hear as like sometimes we just hear that as whatever, like a political conversation. But what they're really saying is I don't buy into historical materialism. They're like, this is fine, and it could be fine forever. For Marx, it was absolutely clear that societal change was a requirement, and that change would that any opposition to the current capitalist system or its previous empirical the previous systems that led to it, that whatever came next would and should be better. And for him, it was better because it would democratize the worker. It would give them real economic freedom.
Yeah.
This is still an issue today. Regardless of how you think about it, that's what's going on. And so that's what's happening in both of these series. They're both influenced and informed by these ideas.
Yep.
Yeah. Good times.
I can't wait for that. What do they call it? Fully automated luxury communism.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. Yeah. More leisure. Right.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have a hard out in 9 minutes. Do we want to talk about anything else, or do we want to say that's a wrap on this episode? And
that's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Wags Wap-A-Wound, Joe Wogan, call Kung Fu Nonsense Martial Art.
I thought you were going for the other version of WAP.
WAP? Like we're talking about the Cardi B version? I must have missed that where you were. That's
why I made that reference, because it was like literally all ladies on the screen doing their thing. And I was like, is he really going there? But
yeah, no, I was no, in that case, my brain was less on perverted stuff and more on random obscure video from, it's got to be close to 10 years now.
Gotcha.
Joe Wogan.
Well, here we are. We have a very somewhat boring, but very beautiful in some ways. I'm a little bit over some of the things that I was into at the very beginning,
Yeah.
visually.
Yeah.
The story, even though I get that there's a large breadth and depth of work that had to be pared down, I am finding myself frustrated by the pace at which things are moving forward here. I could say the same thing, I guess, about Dune. It was a little long for where we got, although with Dune, I felt like we ended in the right place for a part one, and I'm hoping there are 2 more movies. Here,
I don't feel that way about Dune, but that's interesting. Yeah, no.
do.
As in, I feel like it's a great length. Like I don't, and they could have put a couple more things in.
Oh, I agree that more things could have been in. I just think they could have shortened some of the slow-mo. There's just some things I think they could have done.
Oh yeah, like some of the cinematic stuff or whatever.
I would have kept the timing roughly the same. I could have gone a little longer if I could have gotten like things like we've talked about this ad nauseum, but if I could have gotten a few more things. Here, I feel like they had to cut a lot out and do a lot of changes to make this palatable, which I get. But also they just made it slow as fuck. It is literally, I'm grinding through these episodes.
Yeah,
and I want to love this.
Yeah, it's weird.
So
yeah, I mean,
good.
I feel like they failed at a tough job.
Yeah, I mean, but at least they're failing consistently from the beginning.
Yeah.
Unlike Game of Thrones, where they were like succeeding and then they were all fuck yeah, bing bong, fuck my life, I'm out.
Fuck my life. Yeah, that's definitely the difference.
They YOLO'd right the fuck out.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so I prefer that it's failing now, so I can enjoy what I can find to enjoy here, and I can maybe move past some of the things that irritate me. Whereas with Game of Thrones, I felt like I just got kicked right in the weenus.
Right. Yeah. No, of course. I think everyone did. Yeah.
Yeah. Very Sopranos.
I disagree, but yeah, I actually feel like this.
Oh, sorry. I'm okay with Sopranos. Very X-Files.
Oh, yeah. I don't know the X-Files ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a hot take. People said Breaking Bad's. I think that it had a tepid response in its finale. I think the show we watched up until the finale would have had Skyler and his kids get killed, and he would have known about it, and then he would have had to do his revenge, and then maybe instead of dying, he would have actually had to have lived like in prison. I think the fact that they kept his family alive and then he ended up dying kind of while lying on the floor laughing and whatever.
Yeah.
It was a compromise, because I think the show we watched, his family would have gotten killed, but they didn't want to kill the family in the finale. It is what it is.
I wonder if we should do an episode where we just talk about Marx, Hegel, and historical materialism and how it relates to these books. I think
that would be dope. Yeah, because I feel like we're kind of at the end at the end of this episode, and it kind of came up, and it's like there just needs more time to breathe. Let's do that. I'd like to
let's do that.
Come in fresh to that. Fresh.
Okay.
So hey, here's a thought, audience. Look. The ship is not irreversible. We have said we're going to do watch throughs of every episode of this show. If I hear from enough of you that even though you didn't vote for us to not do this, maybe you're doing a latter day vote. Look, it's okay. If a bunch of people come and say, we didn't know we could vote, or we missed that, or we didn't.
Silence is violence. You
whatever
can
the
just
fuck.
Say what you want.
Yeah. If enough people say stop doing these watch throughs, we will take that into consideration, the same as we took into consideration that we gave people an option and they said do the watch throughs. So
I suspect if people
you look like someone just like delivered like a burrito. Like did someone like just deliver off screen like a platter of food? Because you just look down like, oh hell yeah.
Because I just had a funny idea. Maybe people are trolling you, because you definitely are not enjoying this as much as other kinds of recordings we do.
Yeah.
And maybe they're just like, let's make Mike do more watch throughs. So yeah.
I the watch throughs of Dune were awesome. We just have like 4 more hours of this show.
They took it off HBO. I only got to watch it 72 times, and then they took it away.
Life. Yeah, it had a shelf life. Now you have to get the Blu-ray or something.
I hope that's not real.
I don't know.
It's probably
real.
Maybe
some good special, maybe some behind the scenes.
Also, I think we should do a watch through of the Lynch movie, just for fucking fun.
Yeah, and maybe when we're done with this, that could be an option. I'm not opposed to it.
Battle Pugs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we
So,
need them.
oh, okay. So now we literally do have to wrap because I have
Bye.
to go and I think you have to go. So this was
Yeah.
it for Decode Podcast Foundation. We just wrapped on episode 6 of Foundation, the show on Apple TV. Find us wherever you listen to podcasts. Of course, you already found it here. Find us on social though. Decode Podcast on Instagram and Decode Dune on Facebook. It's a group. We got a community. People are posting their own independent stuff into our group. Like it's an outlet for this time to talk, and we love it. So
Yeah.
talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Like and subscribe wherever you listen to this podcast. And to hear more readings,